Hello, it's the Jimmy Jam Oracle, and welcome to my channel. Remember, we welcome the spirits just like I welcome you. We ask them for their help. We're doing a tarot card reading for Glitter and Lasers today. It's my first one for her. Whoops. And we're shuffling the deck. We're getting ready for Anna. I don't follow her hardly at all, to be honest. Sometimes I see clothing hauls from her, and that's pretty much the interaction I've had with I believe her name is Anna. Glitter and Lasers. So we think about her, we shuffle the deck, we ask the spirits for their help today. We do a Celtic cross for her. Alright, feeling good? Let's get started. Turn to the right page in my guidebook. Put that down. Okay, so we start with the first card. The first card is her current state, whether it's feelings or where she is right now, physically or emotionally, I guess. It's the Star. It's reversed. It says lack of faith, despair, discouragement, insecurity, self-trust, and disconnection. Okay, so I don't know too much about Glitter and Lasers, like her personal life, but it does seem like she can be, or at least right now, she's feeling very insecure. The self-trust sort of kind of implies that she's in an environment where she doesn't trust people, the people that she's with or hang around, and that leads to that disconnection. Like she's not very connected very well personally with people. So we move on to the next card. It's her obstacle card. So what's in Anna's way? We have the Three of Pentacles. Remember, Pentacles usually refer to finances, but let's read the card. It's reversed, says disharmony, misalignment. I'm sorry if you can hear that. My neighbor has a very loud vehicle and all the windows are open. I'm sorry, it says disharmony, misalignment, working alone, lack of teamwork, disorganized group conflict. Okay, so the self-trust and the disconnection in the first card is implying, when I said that she doesn't seem to, she's not connecting very well with others, at least in this current moment. That could be because of group conflict. Or some sort of, again, like that lack of teamwork. Like, I know when she travels, she obviously has to have, like, someone filming her. So I don't know if it's that person or people that she's having conflict with, but definitely, like, the disharmony is there. Okay, so let's move on to the the third card. It sits on top of Anna up here. It says goal or destiny card, but really it's like a current, like what she's thinking about right now. So it can be a dream, it can be a fear, but it's something that's sitting like at the top of her mind. Death. All right, that's bleak. Not really. Death is reversed in this place. It says resistance to change, fearing change, holding on, stagnation, decay, personal transformation. Okay. So we see this a lot in Girl World, the resistance to change and fearing change and even like holding on. So one of the reasons why they get caught like in their cycles is that they're, in a way, they're almost like afraid to make the lifestyle changes that they need to better themselves, whether it's physically or emotionally. But it does seem like in her current state right now, maybe she is faced with the option to change or to move on to something else, and she's resisting it. She's afraid of it. So let's go ahead and move on to the fifth card. No, now it's the fourth card. I'm sorry, I'm having problems that the chickens in the background are they're talking and it's very distracting. Okay. So it's distant past foundations. All right, so can you describe a person, place, event? No, well, not so much a place, but an event that has taken place pretty far in the past that is somehow influencing the current situation. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. To reverse, this is self-worth, hustling, living beyond means, obsession with work, and false success. Actually, that might be, like, it's like the hustling part. I know there's rumors that like she gets a lot of sponsorships, and I think that's probably part of the hustling. She gets these sponsorships, and then she gets all this free stuff, and free, or at least like discounted like procedures and stuff like that. The obsession with work, maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know her very well. But definitely that does seem like, and it's funny because we have pentacles here and pentacles there, so it does seem like this is financially tied. So when it says false success and obsession with work, like obviously I do believe it's tied to her YouTube channel because it's her source of income. So now we move on to the fifth card, recent past events. So this is something that's happened more recently, and of course I don't have space for you to see it properly because I don't ever think about that when I put the cards down. Ooh, we have more pentacles. So it is the Eight of Pentacles. It is upright. It says diligence, passion, high standards, apprenticeship, mastery, skill development, and repetitive tasks. Okay, so again, we have repetitive tasks here. So remember I was talking about cycles in the girl world, and we have resistance to change and fearing change. So seems like here lately she's started back up maybe a new cycle, or just starting over in a way. It does say mastery, skill development. I do think that's tied into the YouTube channel again, because like I believe it's her only source of income. All right, so we move on to the sixth card, future influence card. It's one of my favorite ones. So person, event, we have the Fool. It's upright. It says new beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous, optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, and pleasure. Okay, so I know Anna Glitterandlazer, she is very optimistic. And I do believe that gives her like that blind faith, probably blind faith in herself. It does say new beginnings, which could make the Death card a little bit more relevant. Like just because someone's resistance to change and they have that fearing of change, they don't necessarily don't change. If that makes sense. Like they can still change even though they're afraid. So it does say new beginnings. I don't know, with all the financial tie-ins, it makes me think maybe it's just like a new arc for her. Like when she, the clothing hauls, and I know she was trying to do her own like clothing line, and she had the running, like the running shoes arc. I know there was like that bit where she wasn't running, she was just walking really fast. Like, I don't know if this is just saying, like, yeah, there's going to be a new chapter of something that's relatively the same thing. We're going to scoot these little guys over so I can make room for my next set of cards. Number 7. It's about the questioner. So it's just, it could be how she feels about her situation, or it can be a role that the questioner must play. But it's basically just a card just for her. Who do we have? We have the Hierophant. It's upright. It says institutions, tradition, religion, society and its rules, social approval, conformity, forgiveness, bonded, mercy, wisdom, and trust. Okay, so I think the parts of this that are relevant, I think, is the social approval, and maybe even the conformity and the mercy. Because I think that's something she looks for when she does her videos, that she looks for like approval, because she's always giving like excuses, like the lymphedema, is that what she has, and like things that she says she's doing. I think sometimes she just says those things because it's not just about making excuses. I think she wants people to like her. She wants to draw people in, because I believe that's part of her insecurity. in the star right here, is that she doesn't feel good about herself unless, I guess, she thinks a lot of people like her. Okay, we have to move on to the 8th card, environmental factors. So this is just, it could be people, or it's just something that's on the outside of her that she can't necessarily control. So it's be the thoughts of others and an event or person. It could be the Queen of Cups. It says compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, and caring. Okay. This could be her audience. Like, again, when I was talking about looking for that social approval in the Hierophant, like, she can see her audience as being a comfort to her. Or it could be someone in her life that has that comfort, that emotional stability. Again, like, I don't know too much about her personal life. Like I said, I've just seen some hauls and stuff, so I don't really know all that much. If anyone knows, like, feel free to let me know. We have the 9th card, so this is supposed to be Anna's inner emotion. So it could be a secret fear or a secret wish that she has. It's a lot like this placement with the Death card, where the Death card sits at the top of the mind, and this card kind of sits at the back of the mind, the subconscious. We have the World. Another common card I get for Girl World is the World. It says completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life, and arriving. Now, normally when I see the World card in Girl World readings, I usually interpret it as a part of a cycle, because you see the great big circle, as part of a cycle. In this case, maybe Anna's might be different. It might be part of a cycle, because it does talk about, like, resistance to change, and I made reference to that being part of the cycle as well. It does say celebration of life and travel. I do think Anna does a lot of traveling. It could be, she's thinking about probably the new beginnings. By starting up a new arc, I guess. new health journey, and then, like, subconsciously, yeah, she's starting up a new cycle and going back through. Now we have the 10th card, everyone's favorite card. It is the final result, the outcome card. Let's flip it, see what we get. We have the Knight of Wands, but is reversed. It says inner resources, struggle, overwhelmed, on edge, defensive, paranoia, exhaustion, fatigue, and lack of motivation. Okay, and yeah, I do see that sometimes a lot in Girl World. It's mostly because of the cycle itself. Like, even though they see, like, this, they have a reason to change. They understand that they should, but we have this resistance, this fear, this holding on that keeps them in that cycle. And in a way, it causes them to have that, hang on, let's clear this up a little bit. It looks like a mess. And we'll talk about this one. But yeah, when they stay in that cycle, it does, I believe, is very discouraging, because they're in there struggling, and because of that discouragement, that overwhelmed feeling, they do lack the motivation. And as far as, like, defensive, like, they do get very defensive when you call them out on their cycle. But let's not quite leave it there for Anna. Spirits. Talk about glitter and lasers, this outcome card. Can she change it? Can she break out of her cycle? If so, how? Okay. Draw 3 cards. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And we have the Empress, who is reversed. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move this little guy right there in case I need to reference him. All right, let's start with the Knight of Cups. It says creativity, romantic charm, imagination, beauty, knight in shining armor, following the heart, Prince Charming, and proposals. I think the main, because of the line of questioning I had, the main meaning of the card, creativity. It's even like the charm, imagination. I'm thinking that's probably referencing her channel. So let's go ahead and move on. So it seems like the spirits are trying to tell us something about the channel. So we move on to the Seven of Pentacles. And actually that would confirm that, I believe, with the Pentacles. Because remember, Pentacles are financial, usually. It says long-term view, hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, and investment. Okay, so they're saying like, yeah, she's put a lot of time and investment in it. And even like the hard work and perseverance, I do think Anna does put in a heck of a lot more effort in her videos and her content than other members of Girl World. So like you have, you know, this hard, you know, this farmer toiling the land, and he, you know, he's getting that coin. He's reaping the rewards. All right, then we have the Empress. She is reversed. It says creative blocks, selfish, impatient, dependent on others, inaction, lack of concentration, indecisive, overwhelmed, anxiety, and infidelity. All right, so we see overwhelmed again. So again, we have overwhelmed in the Nine of Wands and in the Empress. Even the lack of concentration, and we have lack of motivation in this one as well. So it seems like the spirits are confirming, like, despite this creative outlet that she has, despite this hard work that she has put into the channel, her outcome is pretty much cinched in, especially at the path that she's going in right now. And it's funny that the cards start with creativity and end with a creative block. All right, so it seems like spirits aren't too optimistic, which, you know, it happens. Not everyone can get a happy reading, but, you know, I believe the future is fluid and anyone can change it, even Anna. But thank you for joining me today. Remember, we thank the spirits for helping us out with Glitterandlazer's read. And I hope you have a great day.